Africa, the motherland, a continent bursting with life, color, and unparalleled natural beauty. From the sweeping plains of the Serengeti to the vibrant markets of Marrakesh, Africa pulsates with an energy that is both ancient and modern. Its people, renowned for their resilience and warmth, carry a spirit that has weathered countless storms. Africa's potential is undeniable, a sleeping giant poised to awaken. But this awakening is threatened by forces working to keep the continent fragmented. We've been fed a steady diet of negative stereotypes, of despair and poverty. But this isn't the whole story, it never has been. This essay is a call to action, a rallying cry for Africans to rise up in unity. It's time to break the chains of history and realize Africa's true potential. To understand the challenges facing Africa today, we must first confront the ghosts of its past. Colonialism, that brutal system of exploitation and subjugation, left wounds that run deep. European powers, driven by greed and a sense of superiority, carved up Africa like a cake, drawing borders that ignored existing ethnic and cultural realities. This divide-and-conquer strategy served their interests, pitting communities against each other and weakening the continent's ability to resist. But colonialism wasn't just about land grabs, it was a systematic dismantling of African societies, a theft of resources and a crushing blow to its collective psyche. From the slave trade to the forced labor camps, from the plundering of natural resources to the imposition of foreign languages and cultures, colonialism left a legacy of trauma that continues to haunt the continent. Even after independence, the seeds of division sown during colonial rule continued to bear bitter fruit. Neo-colonialism, a more insidious form of control, took root, with Western powers using economic leverage, political manipulation, and military intervention to maintain their grip on Africa's destiny. One of the most insidious weapons used to keep Africa down is economic sabotage. We're told we're poor, underdeveloped, and in need of saving. But the truth is, Africa is rich in resources, in human potential, in innovation. The problem is, the benefits of this wealth rarely reach ordinary Africans. Instead, they're siphoned off by a complex web of global corporations, financial institutions, and corrupt officials. Think about it. Africa is home to vast reserves of oil, gold, diamonds, coltan, you name it, we've got it. Yet we're constantly told we need more aid, more loans, more foreign investment. These loans, often laden with crippling interest rates and conditions, trap African nations in a cycle of debt they can never hope to escape. Meanwhile, multinational corporations with the backing of their home governments extract our resources at rock-bottom prices, process them elsewhere, and then sell the finished products back to us at exorbitant rates. Puppeteers of power, the specter of foreign interference. It's no coincidence that many African nations struggle to achieve political stability and good governance. The invisible hand of foreign interference is often at play, manipulating events from the shadows and propping up regimes that serve their interests. We've seen it time and again. Democratically elected leaders who dare to challenge the status quo are ousted in coups, silenced through character assassination, or simply disappear. Meanwhile, those who toe the line, who are willing to sell out their own people for a taste of power and a Swiss bank account, are rewarded with foreign aid, military support, and a blind eye turned to their human rights abuses. This interference takes many forms, from funding opposition groups to orchestrating election rigging, from arming rebel factions to imposing sanctions that cripple economies and punish ordinary citizens. The message is clear: Africa is not allowed to choose its own destiny. Reclaiming the narrative from cultural imperialism to cultural renaissance. The assault on Africa isn't just economic and political, it's deeply cultural. For centuries, we've been bombarded with images and narratives that reinforce negative stereotypes. From Hollywood movies that portray Africa as a land of savages and wild animals to news reports that focus solely on conflict and disaster, the message is clear: Africa is a problem to be solved. This cultural imperialism shapes how we see ourselves and how we believe others see us. It's time to reclaim our narrative, to tell our own stories. And there are signs of hope. Across the continent, a new generation of artists, writers, musicians, and filmmakers are challenging these outdated narratives. From the vibrant music scene in Nigeria, to the cutting-edge fashion coming out of Senegal, from the groundbreaking literature of Kenya, to the innovative tech hubs of Ghana, Africa is bursting with creativity and talent. Gap 2S, the role of African Union in unifying the continent. In the midst of Africa's challenges, the African Union stands as a beacon of hope and unity. Established in 2002, the AU aims to promote peace, security and stability across the continent. Its ambitious Agenda 2063 envisions an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa, driven by its own citizens and representing a dynamic force on the global stage. Through initiatives like the Continental Free Trade Area, the AU seeks to break down economic barriers and foster intra-African trade. Peacekeeping missions in conflict zones demonstrate its commitment to safeguarding the lives of millions. Despite facing criticism and obstacles, the African Union's role in unifying the continent is crucial. By working together, African nations can overcome their shared challenges and build a brighter future for all. Gap 2S, the impact of colonial borders on modern Africa. The borders that carve up the African continent today are legacies of colonial rule, drawn arbitrarily by European powers during the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885. These borders often ignored ethnic, linguistic, and cultural realities. As a result, many African nations encompass diverse groups with historical rivalries, leading to internal conflicts and political instability. These artificial divisions have also hindered economic development, creating fragmented markets and complicating regional cooperation. Despite these challenges, African nations are striving to transcend these colonial legacies. Through initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area and regional integration efforts, there is hope for a future where these borders become mere lines on a map, rather than barriers to unity and prosperity. The journey is long, but the determination of the African people is unwavering. Economic independence and the fight against neo-colonialism. Despite gaining political independence, many African nations continue to grapple with economic dependence on former colonial powers. This neo-colonialism manifests through unfair trade practices, exploitative contracts, and the dominance of foreign corporations in key industries. Countries rich in natural resources often find themselves locked in a cycle of debt and exploitation, with the benefits of their wealth flowing outwards rather than uplifting their own people. However, the tide is turning. Across the continent, there is a growing movement towards economic self-sufficiency. Nations are forging new alliances, investing in local industries and reclaiming control over their resources. The rise of technology and innovation hubs coupled with a youthful and dynamic population offers a beacon of hope. Africa is poised to redefine its economic destiny, breaking free from the chains of neo-colonialism and charting a path towards true independence and prosperity. The journey is arduous, but the spirit of resilience and determination remains unbroken. Pan-Africanism has long been a unifying force for the continent, advocating for solidarity among all African nations and people of African descent. Rooted in the shared history of colonialism and the struggle for independence, Pan-Africanism seeks to foster unity, self-reliance, and mutual support. The movement has evolved, now embracing economic cooperation and cultural revival as key pillars. From the formation of the Organization of African Unity to the modern-day African Union, the spirit of Pan-Africanism continues to inspire. Initiatives such as the African Continental Free Trade Area aim to create a single market, boosting intra-African trade and economic growth. Cultural exchanges and collaborations are reigniting pride in African heritage, breaking down the remnants of colonial mindsets. As African nations come together, they are rediscovering their collective strength. The power of Pan-Africanism lies in its ability to unite diverse cultures and languages under a common vision of progress and prosperity. By embracing this unity, Africa is not only reclaiming its past, but also forging a brighter future for generations to come. The dream of a united and thriving Africa is no longer a distant vision but a rapidly approaching reality. As we look to the future, the vision of African unity is more tangible than ever before. The African Union, with its ambitious Agenda 2063, is charting a course for a prosperous, integrated, and peaceful continent. This blueprint envisions a future where Africa is a global powerhouse, driven by innovation, sustainable development, and the collective will of its people. Technological advancements are playing a crucial role in this transformation. From the rise of African tech hubs to the increasing connectivity through the internet, the continent is leapfrogging traditional development stages. Young entrepreneurs and innovators are solving local problems with global implications, showcasing Africa's potential on the world stage. Education and healthcare are also receiving renewed focus. Initiatives aimed at improving literacy rates and access to quality medical services are laying the groundwork for a healthier, more educated population. These efforts are essential for building a resilient and self-sufficient Africa. Moreover, the spirit of Pan-Africanism continues to thrive. Cultural festivals, cross-border collaborations, and a renewed interest in African history and heritage are fostering a sense of pride and unity. This cultural renaissance is not only preserving Africa's rich legacy, but also inspiring new generations to dream big. The future of African unity lies in the hands of its people. By embracing their shared identity and working together, African nations are poised to overcome challenges and seize opportunities. The journey ahead is filled with promise, and the dream of a united, thriving Africa is becoming a reality. As we reflect on the future of African unity, we must acknowledge the profound role of the African diaspora in shaping this vision. Spread across the globe, the African diaspora represents a vast reservoir of talent, knowledge, and resources that can significantly contribute to the continent's development. Historically, the African diaspora has been a source of remittances, providing vital financial support to families and communities back home. These remittances often surpass foreign aid, demonstrating the diaspora's unwavering commitment to the continent's welfare. But beyond financial contributions, the diaspora is stepping up in new and transformative ways. In recent years, we've seen a surge in diaspora-driven initiatives aimed at fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. Programs like the African Diaspora Network and the African Diaspora Investment Symposium are creating platforms for collaboration, investment, and mentorship. These initiatives are connecting African entrepreneurs with global markets, opening up new opportunities for growth and development. The diaspora is also playing a crucial role in bridging the digital divide. Tech-savvy individuals are leveraging their expertise to build digital infrastructure, promote e-learning, and enhance digital literacy. By doing so, they are empowering communities and ensuring that Africa is not left behind in the digital revolution. Moreover, the diaspora is instrumental in advocating for Africa on the global stage. Through lobbying, advocacy, and cultural diplomacy, diaspora communities are influencing international policies and perceptions about Africa. They are challenging stereotypes, promoting African achievements, and fostering a positive narrative about the continent. Education and knowledge transfer are other critical areas where the diaspora is making a difference. Diaspora academics and professionals are engaging in collaborative research, teaching, and capacity-building initiatives. These efforts are enhancing the quality of education and research in Africa, paving the way for a knowledge-based economy. Culturally, the diaspora is enriching the African identity. From music and art to literature and fashion, the diaspora is celebrating and promoting African culture globally. This cultural exchange is fostering a sense of pride and unity among Africans, both on the continent and in the diaspora. In conclusion, the African diaspora is a powerful force for change. By harnessing their skills, resources, and networks, the diaspora can play a pivotal role in achieving the vision of a united, prosperous Africa. The future of African unity is not just a dream, but a collective journey, one that includes the contributions and aspirations of Africans worldwide. As we look towards the future of Africa, one of the most exciting developments is the rise of African tech hubs. Across the continent, cities are transforming into vibrant centers of innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship. These tech hubs are not just changing the economic landscape, they are redefining what is possible for Africa's future. In Lagos, Nigeria, the Yaba district has earned the nickname Yabacon Valley, drawing a parallel to Silicon Valley. Here, startups like Andela, Flutterwave, and Paystack are making waves on a global scale, attracting significant investment and partnerships. These companies are not only providing jobs but also creating solutions tailored to African challenges, from financial inclusion to healthcare. Nairobi, Kenya, often referred to as Silicon Savannah, is another shining example. The city is home to iHub, a pioneering innovation hub that has incubated numerous successful startups. M-Pesa, the mobile money service that has revolutionized financial transactions in Kenya and beyond, is one of the many success stories emanating from this dynamic ecosystem. In South Africa, Cape Town and Johannesburg are emerging as key players in the tech scene. Initiatives like the Silicon Cape Initiative and the Chimologong Precinct are fostering a culture of innovation and collaboration. These hubs are attracting tech talent from across the continent and the world, creating a melting pot of ideas and expertise. But it's not just the big cities that are making strides. In Kigali, Rwanda, the government has made significant investments in ICT infrastructure, transforming the city into a tech-friendly environment. The Kigali Innovation City project aims to create a knowledge-based economy with a focus on ICT, education, and healthcare. This ambitious project is positioning Rwanda as a regional tech leader. The rise of tech hubs is also empowering young African entrepreneurs. With access to incubators, accelerators, and co-working spaces, young innovators are turning their ideas into viable businesses. Initiatives like the Tony Elumelu Foundation's Entrepreneurship Program and the African Innovation Foundation's Innovation Prize for Africa are providing crucial support and recognition to these budding entrepreneurs. Moreover, these tech hubs are fostering a sense of community and collaboration. Events like the Africa Tech Summit and the Demo Africa Conference are bringing together entrepreneurs, investors, and tech enthusiasts from across the continent. These gatherings are not just about networking, they are about building a shared vision for Africa's digital future. The impact of these tech hubs extends beyond the tech industry. By driving economic growth, creating jobs, and fostering innovation, they are contributing to broader socio-economic development. They are also playing a crucial role in addressing some of Africa's most pressing challenges, from healthcare and education to agriculture and governance. In conclusion, the rise of African tech hubs is a testament to the continent's potential and resilience. These hubs are not just places of innovation, they are beacons of hope, illuminating the path towards a brighter, more prosperous future for Africa. As we harness the power of technology and innovation, the dream of a united, thriving Africa comes ever closer to reality. As the world grapples with the pressing challenges of climate change and environmental sustainability, Africa stands at the forefront of a green energy revolution. This movement is not only pivotal for the continent's future, but also for the global fight against climate change. Across Africa, countries are harnessing the vast potential of renewable energy sources. In Morocco, the Noor Ouarzazate solar complex, one of the largest solar power plants in the world, stands as a beacon of innovation and sustainability. This sprawling facility, located on the edge of the Sahara Desert, is transforming sunlight into clean, renewable energy, powering homes and businesses, while significantly reducing carbon emissions. In Kenya, the Lake Turkana wind power project is making waves as the largest wind farm in Africa. Situated in a remote region, this project taps into the powerful winds sweeping across the Rift Valley, generating electricity that is feeding into the national grid. This wind farm not only provides a sustainable energy source but also creates jobs and stimulates local economies. South Africa, a country traditionally reliant on coal, is making strides towards a greener future with its Renewable Energy Independent Power Producer Procurement Program, REIPPP. This initiative has led to the development of numerous wind and solar projects, attracting significant investment and fostering a burgeoning renewable energy sector. The Prieska Solar Power Plant and the Jeffreys Bay Wind Farm are just a few examples of the successful projects driving South Africa's energy transition. In Ethiopia, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, is set to become the largest hydroelectric power plant in Africa. This ambitious project aims to harness the power of the Blue Nile River, providing a sustainable energy source that will propel the country's development and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. But it's not just about large-scale projects. Across the continent, innovative solutions are emerging to address energy access challenges. In Rwanda, the government has partnered with private companies to deploy off-grid solar systems, bringing electricity to remote villages and transforming lives. These systems are providing clean, affordable energy to households, schools, and health centers, improving quality of life and enabling economic opportunities. The rise of green energy in Africa is also fostering a new generation of entrepreneurs and innovators. Startups like M-Kopa in Kenya and Off-Grid Electric in Tanzania are pioneering pay-as-you-go solar solutions, making renewable energy accessible and affordable for low-income households. These companies are not only lighting up homes but also empowering communities with the tools they need to thrive. Moreover, the green energy revolution is driving socio-economic development and environmental sustainability. By reducing reliance on fossil fuels, Africa is mitigating the impacts of climate change and improving air quality. Renewable energy projects are creating jobs, stimulating local economies, and fostering a culture of innovation and resilience. In conclusion, the green energy revolution in Africa is a testament to the continent's ingenuity and determination. As countries harness the power of the sun, wind, and water, they are paving the way for a sustainable and prosperous future. This movement is not just about energy, it is about empowering communities, protecting the environment, and building a brighter, greener future for all. As Africa leads the charge towards renewable energy, it sends a powerful message to the world. The future is green, and it is within our grasp.